Okay, Dr. Hart, thanks very much for that. Timothy Renshaw back with us from Business in Vancouver. And we're talking about BC's biotech industry. And just give you a couple of quick numbers here. The estimated number of people employed in the biotech sector in BC is 14,000. The average salary is about 70,000. The National Research Council funding, including the federal budget to help growth of innovative businesses over the next 2 years, is $121 million. So it seems like this is an important sector. But according to what you've come up with, it seems that some of this work is starting to head elsewhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an important sector because it has high-paying, good quality jobs, right? And the big issue that BC faces is its finance, investment dollars, and upper-end talent. So, you know, we've had a lot of big biotech companies that have been successful here for a while, get to a certain point, and then they can't get any farther. You know, we've got QLT, Angiotech, those are really big biotech companies that were big success stories here, and have since kind of fallen on harder times.
So why is that?
Well, they get to a certain point and there's a lot of competition for what they produce, but I think one of the main things is raising investment capital. And when you're here, there's a couple of new companies that we're talking about in our story that instead of actually starting here, they're going to start in California, because that is where, as I say, the talent and the investment money is. So it's too bad for, you know, the more companies we get working here, the bigger that we can get a kind of a hub. But we have not been able to get to that point because, as I say, we need to have more like sponsored funds or investment abilities.
Now, is that coming from the provincial government, the federal government, private donors? Where's that coming from?
Well, yeah, we need to be able to set up things like labor-sponsored funds, which allow smaller investors to invest in startup companies, things like that. So federal government, provincial government, they all have a hand, or could play a hand in helping develop the sector, which is, you know, we got it to a certain point, we can't get it any farther because of these hurdles.
Do you think these hurdles can be overcome? Do you think that that'll be happening? I mean, we just had the budget, and there wasn't a lot in the budget.
Right. There was bits and pieces in it. There's a recognition that it's an important sector, but not really enough to stop the outflow of the talent that we start here, get to a certain point, and it leaves.
All right. Well, if you want to read more about those two companies that you talked about in your story, go to businessinvancouver.com or biv.com for more details. Thanks, Timothy.
Thank you, Stephen.
All right.